Hi, welcome. Today's Strong Women, Strong Bones class, we will be using a block. So if you have a yoga block, it'll be great. Not something too high, so if you don't have a yoga block, grab a book. We're gonna just be using it for step overs, for agility, working on balance today, as well as strength training, and all things good for our bones. Let's grab our block and let's just start to warm up. Roll out your wrists and start swinging your arms. Start walking your feet. Let's right away start marching our feet and bringing our hands to our shoulders and rolling our shoulders. Both directions. Start getting your knees up a little higher in that march. And then let's just warm up our hamstrings. We'll do our little bum kick. And we'll do our row at the same time. My favorite little combo, getting the back of the body warm. Kind of like really flexing your heel towards your bum is gonna contract your hamstring muscle fully. And then we're gonna do the knees up without crunching, just bringing the knees up, so warming up the hip flexors. Yep, excellent. And nice. All right, we're gonna stand in balance, work on our hip circles. So find your balance, gripping all of your toes down. You can have your arms out. And so we're gonna do this nice and slow so that we're forcing basically our core. Let's go the other way. Forcing our core to kick in to help balance us. Whoop, one more. We're gonna stay on the same leg, keep the knee bent like that, and we're just gonna do open and close. Open and close. Gonna get a good shoulder workout with your arms hanging out like that anyway. Yes. Couple more. Couple more. Okay. And then roll out. Swing your arms. Other side, starting with hip circles. All right. So the arms out is great for balance, but I feel my shoulders tire out after holding my arms up that long. So good for shoulders. Other way. Whoop. Everybody's balance looks so good. Okay, let's do those little standing clams. Just open and close. Because of course, when we're talking about bone health, balance has to come in there, absolutely. Strength and balance. We want to be able to have strong balance so we don't ever trip or fall. I mean, and then what agility really is, agility is the ability to catch yourself when you do trip. So the ability to quickly react. So we're gonna do some little hops today for that. So why don't you just start to kind of bounce, just a little bouncing, easy bouncing. So right away, please, ladies, you should be thinking about your core and your pelvic floor. So bouncing, a lot of women don't like to bounce because they leak, basically, if their pelvic floor is not engaged. So you're sort of kind of doing that. And then we're just gonna hop on one foot, hop on the other foot, hop on one foot, other foot. Is this a dance? I don't know, we need music. Yeah, that's right, Mabel. She's like doing the mashed potato, I think. Okay, and then we're gonna do that little skip that you're doing, Joan. We're just gonna go up and up and up. So you're kind of doing that little bounce on your feet. Yes. All right, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's get our block, our little step, just a nice low step, nothing too scary. And we'll do the thing that we were doing before, which is just stepping on the block and just picking up and tapping down, picking up and tapping down. So, hands on your hips. We're gonna try and keep our hips, so you see how we're hiking? Right now we're hiking that hip, the leg is free, and we're gonna hike the hip up like that. Yes. So this is one of the good things you can do for your back and low back, is this ability to hike your hip. So there's two ways to lift here. Of course, you're using your quad because your knee is straightening and bending. Okay, let's hang here with the foot just touching the floor with the toe. And let's focus on that hike. So, hike. Hike, you gotta balance. Hike. So that hip is coming up. That's what's picking the floor, foot off the floor. Up, do a couple more. Up, that's not an easy little move. Up and up, nice. Hold on, we're gonna swing, gentle swing, gentle swing. Ankles working hard to hold you on that soft little block, unless you're in a book of some kind. All right. And then we're gonna work the quad. So step down, just give your ankle a little rest here. And then this one is just gonna be those small little knee bends. So we're not really concerned about this foot, we're thinking about the knee. So we're gonna straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten, bend. Keep going. Oh, you guys frozen? Oh, my camera's frozen. Keep going. Okay, so we were on this leg, let's switch. Switching legs. Other foot comes up on the block. And we're doing opposite sides. Sorry, Margaret. So the camera kind of crapped out. I don't know why. You guys all froze on me. We're doing the other leg. So we're just now, again, we're going to focus on all of those little movements we're doing. The hip hike, hip hike, hip hike. Yes. Hip hike, hip hike, hip, 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 hooray. Okay, a couple more. All right, and then we will swing the legs, slow as easy, slow and easy, slow and easy. Good. You guys' balance is better than mine. I like this kind of sort of semi-soft block because it really does make your ankle and all of your muscles in your feet work to hold on. Okay, now we're gonna do that knee bend, all right? So we're focusing on bending and straightening. The free foot is just kind of tapping down because it touches the floor, not because you are tapping it down. We're bending and straightening, and we've got a tiny little bend in that knee. You might start to feel this in your lower part of your quad, this area that stabilizes our knee. Bend and straighten, and you're gonna feel it in your whole quad. Kind of amazing, that tiny little movement, how much your muscles have to work to bend and straighten your knee. Let's do 4, 3, very nice everyone, 2, 1. Okay. All right, so let's just finish our warm-up by just tapping over. So stand on one side of this block, all right? And we're just gonna practice where it is. Let's just step over, just so your brain understands how high it is. We need it to just figure out where it is, okay? If you wanna look, you can look. We're gonna do a little jump over. A little jump over. Now, if that makes you nervous, just jump behind it. You don't have to jump right over it, okay? I don't want anybody tripping on that little block. But our brain, so just jump behind it if you feel like you're gonna trip on top of it, okay? I'd rather you do that than knock it. 4, nice. 3, 2, 1. Mabel, you could be doing this. Since you're the young one in the room. Oh, Joan's like, screw that, I'm the young one in the room. I'm doing it. Actually, that's easier, isn't it? Okay. All right, friends. I'm gonna be starting to make some more agility drills. We don't have ladders and stuff, but I'll figure out some creative ways for us to be moving around, jumping and moving around and over things. Okay, what's first? A jump. So we are gonna do one consecutive jump today, and we're only going to do one quick set of weights so that we're doing those consecutive jumps without too much space in between. So if you're like me and you're jumping off of a box, grab your box. If you're jumping off of the floor, you're going to crouch pretty high to get a good jump. It looks like all of us in this room are jumping off of something. All right. Hey, we've all got the same bench almost. Okay, remember please, when you're landing, knees are protecting you. All right, let's do it. One big jump. Excellent. Okay, let's pick up some medium weights. We're gonna do squats with compression, so we're gonna put those weights on our shoulders. So we know that that's not the most comfortable thing for those of us with bony shoulders, but it is for the spine. I've been reading a lot about well, you know, I told you I was on that Facebook page with osteo and osteoporosis. It's hugely more common, let's do a squat, for women to really suffer from fractures in the spine long before they break a hip or something. So, and it can be super painful. It's really sad to read about. Once you get a fracture in your spine, it's just pain, pain, pain. So we are doing these compressions to add load to our spine. And use your core too, please. Tight right there when you're pushing up. There you go. Let's do it. So nobody's lifting super heavy. We're going to try for 14, or sorry, maximum of 15 right here. I think that's about 8. I don't know, Mabel's my counter. Nope, she's not. Push. Push, that feels like about 10 to me, or 12. I'm going to do a couple more. Let's do a couple more. Sit yourself back so you're using more quad. Yes. One more, let's do one more. Ooh. Okay, clear. Don't put those weights in front of your bench because we're going to jump off. No rest. Let's get up on that platform. Use your core and your knees, please. Let's go. Nice. All right, we're going to do a set of push-ups. Knees or toes. If your shoulder is injured, you're going to do it from your knees with left range of motion. Otherwise, I know everyone in this room can do a few on their toes and then drop on your knees to finish. I want you to do as many as you can comfortably. Okay, wide hands. Let's go. Nice strong core. Soon as you're not bending your elbows, drop on your knees. Joan, get on your knees and get lower. Let's go. Good. There you go. Let's see if we can do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Very nice. Very nice, Mabel. All right, sit back just for a break here. Good for you. I think you guys did more than I did. Okay, nice and easy, sit up. And nice and easy, stand up. Don't go too fast when you've been down on the ground like that. Get up relatively slow so you don't get dizzy. We leave all the blood behind in our feet. All right, so we're doing more jumps today. We're gonna put them in really quick. Ready? Let's go. Nice. Okay, we're doing one more set of the squat with the weights on our shoulders. So yeah, I know that this can be uncomfortable, so probably the best way is to actually hold them on the outside of your shoulders instead of up on your shoulder, okay? If that's really uncomfortable, you can use one. Put it across your chest. Let's go. Nice. So you got your elbows really deeply bent so the arms are not actually holding the weight. It's just your hands. Yes. 4. I'm going to count this time. 5. Nice. Tight stomach. 6. 7. If you're feeling that in your back, don't go so low. We just proved with no weight that bending the knees, even a small amount, your quads are working. I said I was going to count, and then I lost count. A few more. Let's do 2 more. Think about that push on the heel. Last one. Push on the heel. Nice. Whoo! Fast and furious, ladies. Back up on our bench. Gonna try and cover all the muscles. Let's go. Okay. So this time we're going to do a chest press. So you're going to probably take the same weight you might have just been using. We're going to go down on the mat and do a basic chest press. So we kind of just pre-fatigued it with those push-ups. Remember, please come down, put the weights on your hips to get them into place. Lying down on your mat, pushing the weight straight up over your shoulders. Make sure you bring them with you before you lie down. Okay, you ready? Let's do it. Elbows bent at 90, pushing back up. You can Add a little bit more core here. You want? Pick up your feet. Get your knees right over your hips. Engage your abdominals. Every exhale, tight core, tight pelvic floor. Every inhale, lowering the weight. Let's do 6, 5, nice, 4, just tapping your elbows down. If you can get that far with no pain in your shoulder, there you go. It's hard, Margaret, you've got really long limbs, so you're traveling further than me. One more. Okay, since we're down here, put the weights on our hips. We'll do one set of glutes right here, okay? Weights on your hips, pick your hips up, get your chin off your collarbone. Let's do squeeze. We're gonna work pelvic floor too. Squeeze and lift. Squeeze and lift. 10, 9, 8, nice. 7, 6, squeeze that butt. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, roll onto your side to get rid of that weight. I'm gonna roll to both sides to get rid of that weight. Sit yourself up. Slowly pick yourself up. Man, 30 minutes goes so quick. No rest, let's go. We got one more jump here. I know. So fast, you guys. Watch out for your weights, please. Let's do it. Okay. So because we're working on balance, I want to do a bicep curl with standing on one leg, okay? So pick up a weight, you know you can bicep curl, and then we'll challenge ourselves so the opposite leg is the one, as the weight you have in your hand is gonna come up. Now if you don't wanna hold it up, you can just touch your toe down or just keep touching, okay? Just a basic hammer curl. We're not gonna turn the weight. It's just gonna stay the same direction. Pick your foot up if you can. 2, tight stomach. I know, 3. Make sure you got the opposite leg up. 4, 5, nice. That's a balance pose. 6, 7. That's hard with that heavy weight, Mabel. 8, whoo. 9, come on, we're doing 15s, let's do it. 15 pounds, I mean. 10, can we do 2 more? 11, keep your elbow down, Margaret. 12, oh, that was challenging. If you need to have your arm out, you can be working your shoulder, yeah? Other side, let's go. Not turning the weight stays, the palm stays facing you. 2, nice strong core. Now your brain's kind of adapted to it. 3, or maybe this is my strong side. 4, I can't look at you guys. 5, 6, nice. 7, 8, especially if you're lifting hard because you're kind of swinging a little bit. It's hard to swing when you got your foot up. 8, come on. Ooh. Can we do 2 more? 11. Wow. All right, one more jump, friends. Trying to squeeze all these muscle groups into this short, quick 30 minutes. Let's go. Okay, we're gonna do tricep opposite. So if that was heavy, you might not be able to do that same weight. I'm actually gonna go a little lighter, but we're gonna do basic tricep, and I'm gonna give you the option. You wanna work a bit harder. You will actually kick back, tap in. Kick back, tap in. Now if you don't feel like doing that, you're just gonna stay in the lunge and do the kick back, okay? So let's kick back. If you're tapping in, tap in as you curl. Kick back, tap out, kick in. Kick out, kick in. Kick out, tap in. Kick out, tap in, nice. Tap, oh, that's hard on that standing leg. So we're getting a twofer here, working triceps and that standing leg. Also core, right? 4, 3, get your back nice and straight. 2, that looks good. 1, oh, switch, same. Option to tap. Ready? Kick out, tap in. If you're tapping, keep your core really strong. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Fast and furious. One more jump. Yes, we will. Ready? Aye. Okay. We are going to do a little bit of core. So that little block that we had, we're going to do a forearm plank. We're going to use the block at the end of our mat. Watch me first. And instead of just tapping nowhere, we're going to try and tap up and over that block. So we'll come into our forearm plank. Going to tap up and over, up and over, up and over, okay? So make it in its narrow side. So it's narrow, not so much to tap over. Put it in the middle. Come into your forearm plank. Feet on the outsides nice and wide. Wide, wide, wide of your block. Hips down, head up. Okay, let's take one foot, tap it over the block. Bring it back. Other foot, tap it over. Bring it back. Tap it over. Bring it back. Tap, back, tap. Keep your hips down. Keep going. 4. Oh, 3. Yes. 2. 1. Both sides. Hold your plank for 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your knees. Drop your pubic bone. Let's do Sphinx. You know, I was reading something about planks. Forearm planks and the mind and the memory. And they did studies on holding planks like we just did. And they found that the ability to mentally hold a plank when your body is really tired actually improves your memory and your focus. Because we know, those of us that do yoga, of course, sit back and just stretch out your back. Move the block, or you can sit on the block. That's actually kind of nice. You can sit on it for child's pose. We know that the body and mind work together. So it's not just it's not just a physical thing that makes us stop and exercise. For most of us, especially women, it's the mind that just gives up. So they have done studies showing holding something beyond what your mind wants you to. You have to really clearly focus. Improves our focus and our memory. So that's pretty amazing. With all that said, we're doing one more plank. It's our last exercise, friends. That was my motivational speech. Also, to pay attention to what you're thinking when you're in a pose or doing an exercise that is challenging. Get your feet on either side of your block. Okay, this time we're going to tap the foot up onto the block. Okay, and we're going to pick up the other foot. Pick it up, hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Put the foot down, move the foot off the block, switch. Other foot comes to the block. Pick up the free foot. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop. Hold your plank. Get your feet on the floor, both of them. Hips down, head up for 4, 3, 2. Wait a sec. Don't give up. I'm live. We're doing 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your knees. Good job. Ah, so good. Child's pose. You can use the block to sit your butt on. Whew. Take a few breaths. Rock your hips from side to side. So, I don't normally try and trick you with the counting, but that was on purpose, just to make your mind have to pull itself back. Now let's sit up. Whew, good, fast, furious workout. We want to do a hip stretch, so let's just roll over onto our back so we can stretch our glutes. And crossing the right leg over for figure 4. Trying to settle down your breath now. And switching, other leg. Nice big oxygenating breaths. Okay, and release, roll onto your side. We'll just do a quick little quad stretch, grabbing your top foot, pulling your knee down in line with the bottom leg. Good work. It feels so good to just get up and do a quick little workout, doesn't it? Yeah. I'm gonna fake, I have to teach a class at noon. A very hard hit class like this. I'm just gonna fake it. Switching to the other side. I've got a bunch of big, huge, muscly guys in that class. I'll just scream and yell and make them do it. I'm not gonna do it. Working out once a day is definitely more than enough. All right, let's sit up. We'll do a really quick 2-leg hamstring stretch here. Let's start with our knees relatively bent or big bent so that we can hinge at the hips, grab hold of your legs, and then once you kind of settle into that hinge, start sliding your heels away until your hamstrings tell you to stop and breathe. And you know that thing that we were doing where we were kind of bending the knee and straightening the knee? You can do that here. So if you're not in a really deep, a lot of sensation in the hamstring, just try pushing one knee down and then pushing the other knee down, just straightening and bending your knees. This might help release your hamstrings, just straightening and bending the knees. One pushes toward the floor and then the other. And then maybe we can fold just a little bit more, pulling yourself forward, not down. And then walk yourself up. We have one twist to do just to release tension in our back. Bring your knee in, doesn't matter which one. Wrap your arm around, sit up as tall as you can. Brace yourself with the back hand and start the rotation around the bottom of your ribs. Breath by breath, let's creep into that twist as deep as our back will let us. Really actively rotating. Oh, that feels good. And then release, do the other way, switching legs. Nice long spine. Long spine is the priority. Nice, everyone. Everybody's back looks really good. It's one of the reasons I love, 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 love teaching so much, is that it's so joyful for me as a teacher to watch my student friends' technique and posture improve, strength, and just really the ability to figure out where your body is in space, which is pretty powerful. And then release. One last stretch, friends. We're just going to clasp the hands behind our thighs so we can give our back a good stretch. Coming into cat or round back flexion, drop your chin. Take a couple big breaths right across your upper back and stretch out those muscles in your back. And then sitting up. We're done. Strong women, strong bones. Good job, guys. See you again soon.